Hi, welcome to the session. In this session, it is linear transformation part 4. In this, we will see the set of linear transformation between two vector spaces will form a vectors. That means we are going to treat linear transformation as a vector. Now see how. Now the transformations as vectors. Suppose U is a vector space and V is a vector space. Both the vector spaces are defined over the same field F. Then from U to V, there exist many linear transformations. You can define many linear transformations. Now if you consider the set of all those linear transformations T, where T is a linear transformation from U to V, now this set of linear transformations from U to V is denoted by L of UV. What is L of UV? The set of all linear transformations from U to V. This set will form a vector space with respect to the defined operators plus and scalar, vector addition and scalar multiplication. See here. Let LUV be the set of all linear transformations from a vector space UF into a vector space VF. What is LUV? LUV is the set of all linear transformations from U to V. Okay. Now, we are going to prove this LUV is a vector space with respect to the vector addition and scalar multiplication. See, suppose T is a linear transformation in LUV, H is a linear transformation in LUV, T plus H of alpha is defined as T alpha plus H of alpha, and A into T of alpha is defined as A into T of alpha. For every alpha belongs to U, A belongs to F, TH belongs to L of UV. Is it? Now, with respect to these two operations, this set L of UV will form a vector space that we are going to prove. Now, so in order to say that the set L of UV is a vector space, what you have to prove? First, L of UV plus is an abelian group. This you have to prove is an abelian group. Next, with respect to scalar multiplication, it is closed. With respect to scalar multiplication, it is closed. Next, you have to show that A into T plus H is equal to of alpha is equal to A into T of alpha plus A into T H of alpha. Like this, the other distributive and associativity you have to prove. Is it? Now, see, already sum of two linear transformations is a linear transformation you have proved. And scalar multiplication of linear transformation is a linear transformation we also proved in the previous video. Now see how we are proving this. That is, the set of LUV is a vector space with respect to these two operators. We are going to prove that. What is given to you? LUV be the set of all linear transformations from U to V. Okay. Now, let T and H are linear transformations from U to V. T and H are the two linear transformations from U to V. Now, how T plus H alpha defined as T alpha plus H of alpha. AT of alpha is defined as A into T of alpha. Okay. Now, see. Now, prove that L of UV is a vector space relative to the operations of vector addition and scalar multiplication. Clearly, T plus H belongs to L of UV, AT belongs to L of UV because we are already said that sum of two linear transformation is a linear transformation. Scalar multiplication of linear transformation is a linear transformation. Already we proved. Now, associativity. Let T comma H comma G belongs to L of UV. Okay. T plus H plus G of alpha is equal to, you have by definition, T of alpha plus H plus G of alpha. So, by definition it is T of alpha plus H of alpha plus G of alpha. So you can group these two together and this together. Okay, T of alpha plus H of alpha is equal to T plus H of alpha plus G of alpha. This you can also write it as T plus H of alpha plus G of alpha. Okay, this you can write. Next, identity. 0 belongs to L of uv and define 0 bar alpha is equal to 0 bar. Let T belongs to L of uv. Consider 0 bar plus T of alpha is equal to 0 bar alpha plus T of alpha. This is 0 bar plus T of alpha, T of alpha. Similarly, T plus 0 bar alpha is equal to T of alpha plus 0 bar alpha. This is T of alpha plus 0 bar, that will be equal to T of alpha. Therefore, 0 bar plus T is equal to T plus 0 bar is equal to T. Therefore, there exists additive identity in L of uv. Is it okay? Now you are able to show that closure satisfies, associativity satisfies, there exists a additive identity. Similarly, you can also say that there exists additive inverse. Let T belongs to L of uv. Minus T of alpha is minus T of alpha is a linear transformation. Already you said negative of a linear transformation is a linear transformation. We proved in properties of linear transformation. Okay. Therefore, minus T belongs to L of uv. Therefore, minus T plus T of alpha is equal to minus T of alpha plus T of alpha. By definition, it is minus T alpha plus T alpha. This is equal to 0 bar. And similarly, T plus minus T of alpha is equal to T of alpha plus minus T of alpha. Minus T alpha is minus T alpha. This is 0 bar. Therefore, additive inverse exists in L of uv. Therefore, next commutativity. T plus H of alpha is T alpha plus H alpha. This is H alpha plus T of alpha. Therefore, H plus T of alpha. Commutativity satisfies. That is, closure satisfies, associativity satisfies, there exists a additive identity and a additive inverse is existing, and commutativity satisfies. Therefore, L of uv plus, this plus is addition of linear transformations, will form a abelian group. Is it? Okay. Now see the next one. With respect to scalar multiplication, it is closure. Now again you have to verify third set of properties. For that, consider A into T plus H of alpha, that is A into T plus H of alpha. This is A into T of alpha plus H of alpha, that is equal to A into T alpha plus A into H of alpha. This is by definition AT of alpha plus AT plus AH of alpha. Okay. Now let again A comma B belongs to F, T belongs to L of uv. Consider A plus B into T of alpha. By definition, it is A plus B into T of alpha, that is A into T of alpha plus B into T of alpha. This is again by definition AT of alpha plus BT of alpha. This is AT plus BT of alpha. Therefore, A plus B into T is equal to AT plus BT. And again consider AB belongs to F, T belongs to L of uv. AB T of alpha is equal to AB into T of alpha. This is A into B into T of alpha. This is A into BT of alpha. That is A BT of alpha. Therefore, this satisfies AB of T is equal to A of BT. Next, again 1 belongs to F, T belongs to L of uv. Therefore, 1 into T of alpha is equal to T of alpha. Therefore, LUV be a vector space over the field F. Okay. Now, that is the set of all linear transformations between the two vector spaces will form a vector space with respect to the addition of linear transformations and scalar multiplication of linear transformations. Is it okay? Now, see the next one. Let LUV be the vector space of all linear transformations from U to V such that dimension of U is equal to N, dimension of V is equal to M. Then prove that dimension of LUV is equal to Mn. Now see here, U is a finite dimensional vector space, V is a finite dimensional vector space. Both are defined over the same field. Now dimension of U is equal to M. N, it is given as N. Dimension of U is equal to N. Dimension of V is equal to M. Now if you take L of UV as the set of all linear transformations T from U to V, you are able to show that L of UV is a vector space in the previous theorem. Now what you are going to show, dimension of L of UV is equal to Mn, where N is the dimension of U, M is the dimension of V. Now is it clear the theorem? Now what is given to you? L of UV be the vector space of all linear transformations from U to V. Dimension of U is N given. Dimension of V is M given. Now you have to prove that dimension of L of UV is equal to Mn. That means you have to take L of UV and you have to say that there exists a set S with Mn elements, and this set S is linearly independent, and L of S is equal to L of UV. You have to prove. Now is it clear? Now L of UV is the set of all linear transformations from U to V. Now from that set you have to take a subset S and you have to show that that set S is basis, and the number of elements in the basis set is said to be dimension of the vector space. The number of elements in the basis set S will be the dimension of L of UV. Now is it clear what you have to do? In order to show that dimension of L of UV is equal to Mn, you have to consider a set with Mn elements in L of UV, and you have to show that that set is basis of L of UV because the number of elements in that set will be equal to Mn. Okay, dimension of L of UV. So therefore let B1 is equal to alpha 1 alpha 2 alpha n, B2 is equal to beta 1 beta 2 beta n be the ordered basis of U and V respective. This is M. U basis is M and V basis is N, because dimension of U is equal to N. Alpha 1 alpha 2 alpha n are the basis elements of U, and dimension of basis is M. Beta 1 beta 2 beta m are the basis elements of V. Okay. Now by known theorem, if you are taking the existence of linear transformation theorem, if alpha 1 alpha 2 alpha n is the basis elements of U, delta 1 delta 2 delta n are the n elements in V, a set of n elements, then there exists a linear transformation T alpha is equal to delta n. If you consider the theorem, according to that theorem, we can say that there exist unique linear transformations Tij from U to V such that Tij alpha is equal to 0 for I is not equal to j, and it is equal to beta I for I is equal to j. Okay. Now there exist linear transformations from U to V such that these are the linear transformations. Okay. The nature of the linear transformations are like this. Now let S is equal to Tij of Mn elements. How many elements are there in S? S is equal to the set of all Tij where I is equal to 1 to etc. m and j is equal to 1 to etc. n. These are the elements. Okay. Or otherwise I is 1 to n and j is 1 to m, you can take. Okay. Now we prove that S is the basis of L of UV. What I said, we have to consider S in L of UV with Mn elements, that L should be linearly independent and that should span L of UV. Now see, we are going to show that S is linearly independent. In order to prove that S is linearly independent, linear combination of linearly that set should be considered, and that linear combination should be equated to 0, and you have to confirm all the constants existing in that linear combination should be 0. Okay. Now in order to show that, consider sigma I is equal to 1 to n, j is equal to 1 to m, aij, tij is equal to 0 bar. See here, tij, how many are there? There are mn linear transformations. Since there are mn linear transformations in S, you have to take mn constants and in order to consider the linear combination. Since you are considering the linear combination of mn elements, you need mn constants. So you are taking them as aij. Okay. Now for alpha k belongs to U, we have sigma I is equal to 1 to n, j is equal to 1 to n, aij, tij alpha k is equal to 0 bar alpha k. You are considering the linear combination of the elements of the set S. This is the set S, is it? This is S. Considering the linear combination of the elements of the set S, and you are equating to 0 bar. Okay. Now, by applying the definition of linear transformation, Tij alpha I is equal to 0 for I is not equal to j, and it is equal to beta I for I is equal to j. You apply this definition, you will write it as T1j alpha k, A2j T2j alpha k plus so on, Akj Tkj alpha k plus so on, Anj Tnj alpha k is equal to 0 bar. This will be equal to Akj beta j. Akj beta j is equal to 0 bar according to this transformation. If I is not equal to j, everything will be 0. If I is equal to j only, this will exist. So if you take I is equal to j, Akj beta j is equal to 0 will exist. Okay. Now if you apply ak1 beta 1, j is equal to 1 to m, ak2 beta 2 plus so on, akm beta m is equal to 0 bar. Okay. Now what are beta 1, beta 2, beta m? They are the basis elements of V. Therefore, it is the linear combination of the linearly independent set. B2 being the basis elements, B2 is linearly independent. So the linear combination of linearly independent set is equal to 0 bar implies the constants existing in that linear combination will be 0. Therefore, ak1, ak2 and so on, akm is equal to 0. This is true for 1 less than or equal to I less than or equal to 1 and 1 less than or equal to j less than or equal to m. Therefore, S is linearly independent. What you have taken? S is the set of all Tij. How many are there? Tij, mn elements are there. Now you consider the linear combination of all these mn elements like this, and you are equated to 0, and you are able to show that the constant existing in that linear combination are 0. Therefore, S is linearly independent. Still what you have to prove? L of S is equal to L of uv. This you have to prove. In order to prove this, what you have to prove? L of S is proper subset of L of uv, and L of uv is also the proper subset of L of S. See how it is. We will see in the next page. Now, L of S is always proper subset of L of uv. Okay. Next, T belongs to L of uv. Therefore, T of alpha 1 belongs to V. V is equal to L of B1. That is, B1 is the basis of V. Linear span of basis will be equal to set. So, T of alpha 1 belongs to L of B1. T of alpha 1 belongs to L of B1 means T of alpha 1 is equal to the linear combination of basis elements of B1. So, B11 beta 1, B21 beta 2 and so on, where these are the constants belongs to F. In general, you can write T of alpha k is equal to Bk beta 1, Bk2 beta 2, Bkk beta k. Now, this is sigma j is equal to 1 to m Bkj beta j. j is equal to 1 to n, bkj, tkj, alpha k belongs to L of S. Where you have taken this t in L of uv. Therefore, L of uv is proper subset of L of S. From this and this you can say L of S is equal to L of uv. Therefore, dimension of L of uv is equal to Mn. Okay. Now, in this video, we are able to see two theorems. The set of all linear transformations will form a vector space with respect to the defined vector addition and scalar multiplication. Here what you have shown, the set of all such linear transformations, if U is finite dimensional, V is finite dimensional, dimension of U is equal to n, and dimension of V is equal to n, dimension of L of uv is equal to Mn. Oh, here what are the vectors in a vector space? Linear transformations are the vectors. See how we are able to see. In some problems we are treating ordered triples as vectors. In sub problems the continuous functions are vectors. In some problems the matrices are vectors. Here linear transformation is also a vector. Okay. Now with this we are going to conclude. Thank you.